All right. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to today's stream. For those of you who are in the US, a very happy Thanksgiving weekend to you. Hope that everything went well and that you all were able to have a decent time at least, have some good fun. So I'm excited because not only did my week go really well and it was nice and I was able to actually relax for a bit, but I I mean cheated is a little bit of a harsh word for this, but essentially what I did is I played quite a bit um, of Timberborn here, and this is a new and different save file than what I've been using on my stream lately. And the reason being that I mostly just wanted to show you all what we can really do essentially, because we were just moving a little bit too slow on the other one. Now, what we've got going on here is we're still using the so-called folk tales, which are I guess less technologically advanced version of the beavers that you can play as, because they don't have like internal combustion engines and stuff like that. So we end up with a lot of variants on different things, but you can still get a similar end game to the I don't remember if it's Iron Teeth. I think it's Iron Teeth. Where we have these guys, bot assemblies, and we can actually make robots. We can make robotic beavers because obviously that's a thing and it makes perfect sense. The thing is that before we do that, I've had to significantly expand out my my working aspects here in terms of electricity. So one thing that you can see here is that my water wheels, which are connected, as well as my now functioning windmills, both here and on the other side of the little river, are only supplying about 3,200 HP of power, which is not very much. And that also includes a bunch on the roof and all sorts of different things here. We also have these guys here, which are referred to as gravity batteries. And it's a way that you can store energy when you don't have enough available. So, for example, during droughts and stuff like that. The problem is, again, folktales suck when it comes to energy requirements. They just do not have what it takes and what is needed, unfortunately. And so I've drastically expanded pretty much everything that I had started with. I've got a much larger farm than I did before. I've also got a much larger forested area so that I can continuously harvest trees for wood and all of this kind of thing. It took me quite a while to do, mostly because I was waiting on very specific resources that were needed, but I was able to do it, so, and it worked. But that said, there's a couple of things that I'm having issue with. The biggest one is the fact that I'm trying to do all of this various assembly on things, and so incidentally, you see here, the demand is now 5,200, and I'm barely making it with all of my windmills intact and functioning. And that's even with not everything on, which is why I've got these other water wheels going, or trying to go at least. Not to mention all of the gravity batteries have already fallen. So it's absolutely brutal trying to play as these guys. But basically what I'm trying to do is do the best that I can to make all of these things, and why I'm getting my robots to do a lot of my work for me in terms of the logging and hauling, so that we can get as much as we possibly can. The other thing, of course, is that we are working towards a wondrous wonder of wonderness, So that's pretty fun. And I'm not entirely certain exactly what these do or if they do anything specific, but I think so. And you can see here some of the buildings that I'm making. We're making the rest of the water wheels here. We're also making this, which is an extractor, a dirt extractor. But we're waiting on a lot of things. The biggest issue that we're running into right now is planks. So that is the flat boards that are made from logs. I currently have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lumber mills, most of which are working. The problem is that all of the construction I'm doing needs planks. So the Iron Teeth have a similar problem to this when it comes to gears. Everything that they do and everything that they make, especially in late game, involves gears. For Folktales, it's not nearly as bad because they do still need the what's it called? They do still definitely need to have those things of various sorts, and they need to have gears and they need to have planks. But generally speaking, the Folktales need more planks and the Iron Teeth need more gears in comparison. Incidentally, the only reason that I'm building this stupid thing is because my mud pit doesn't work because it needs dirt. And I'm just trying to build enough of everything to keep. Now the way that I'm doing my population, so the population for the for these guys, for the who are they? The Folktales works by these things, the lodges, and essentially, as you build up the Oh shoot! I did. I forgot. I forgot to put in Discord that I'm starting up. I'm a terrible person. I'm sorry, Rev. I apologize. Where was I? I was talking about something. The gears. Robots and the Folktales. So Folktales use lodges as housing, and that's how they reproduce. Is based off of the amount of housing that you have available. Whereas with the Iron Teeth, it's a lot easier because they're literally pod babies. And so you really don't need a whole lot of effort to get them to come out, which is wonderful and tremendously helpful. Hang on, we need to mark all of these. See, I made this whole thing so that I could have a bunch more trees and a bunch more logs, but then I forgot to say, hey, hey, look! Rev resubbed! 77 months. It's ridiculous. Yeah, it's definitely Iron Teeth for the win, without a doubt. And incidentally, Rev, if you didn't notice, this is not the save that I was working on before on stream, because I just wanted to show a little bit more of what's actually possible, like having the bot assembly, which is still something that's doable with the Folktales. And unlike the Iron Teeth, when you build out bots, the way the bots work here is they have a set durability and then they just kind of blow up or whatever. I don't know if the Iron Teeth do that, but with the Iron Teeth, they need a consistent electrical recharge, whereas for this, they need biofuel. Because again, we're a bunch of hippies. The Folktales are hippies. That's why we have windmills. That's why we have water wheels. We don't have solar because why would we? That would, make sense and stuff. But either way, we're doing our best with what we can get. So what I've done over the course of the last week or so is build out this particular save to have much more stuff done and I have larger reservoirs available for all of my various needs, and just sort of generally all sorts of different stuff. Very helpful. And I now have enough science to where I'm able to start assembling wonders. The problem is that I need planks. So one thing, Rev, I don't know if you heard, is that the big thing for the big thing for the Iron Teeth is the gears. The big thing for the Folktails is planks, and I found that out the hard way. Okay, the Iron Teeth robot have limited lifespan. It makes sense that they would do that. Ooh, drought. Okay, so you guys will get to see what happens when a drought comes. So you see all these wonderful, awesome water wheels that are going? That's gonna stop soon. And so all of this electricity of my... Yeah, see, look at this. I've got 1,400, and that's with these water wheels, all of the ones that are inside of this river. These ones down here are not yet connected because I'm still building out this entire thing. It is absolutely ridiculous how underpowered, literally and metaphorically, the Folktales are. It's just embarrassment. Like, it's... I like to think that the developers are trying to balance things and keep things fair between the two, I guess, groups. I don't know, the two things. But it's just, it is not working. Like, the Folktales suck. They are so bad. It's just everything about them is so unreliable when it comes to the critical aspects, namely power. As you can see, I've got these guys. I've got 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 of these large windmills. And look at this. It gives me over 5,000 HP. That's great. Well, I've got, 9 large windmills, and I've got, like 5 small ones. But just wait and see what happens when the wind stops. When there is no wind, Folktale are basically useless. It's so stupid. And as far as I've been able to find, at least, there's no way around it. Like, I've done my best with having these gravity batteries where I'm able to, and I was debating about putting more gravity batteries up here. I closed off this backwater so I can collect. But the problem is then I'd have to connect those to the rest of the power grid, and it's a whole mess. It's all ridiculous. But yeah, I guess the Folktales, they've got farming. So you see, we've got like the beehives, which help farm more efficiently and more effectively, which is great. Don't get me wrong, but it could be a lot better. I'm just saying. It really could be. Even so, we're making lemonade out of lemons, as they say. And so down here, I've got the spatter dock. The reason I'm growing so much of that, the main reason I should say, is because that gives us the best biofuel. Because again, we're a bunch of hippies, and that gives us 25 biofuel versus both carrots and potatoes are something like 2 or 3. But that's essentially what we have to do as these guys, is we need a refinery to swap out all of these terrible for the environment things with happy-go-lucky things for the environment. Oh look, the windmill stopped. And look, I'm at 1,700 with no wind. We go from 5,200 to 1,700 because of wind. It's insane. It's absolutely ridiculous how reliant these stupid beavers are on wind. And heaven forbid, once the drought starts, I'm going to have no water power, and I'm going to be reliant solely on wind power. how whatever that is to say. Like, nothing. So it's quite the embarrassment. The folktales should be ashamed of themselves as quote-unquote beavers. But anyway, we're about to enter into a drought. And so a couple of key things to do here. We've got this reservoir, which feeds most of the trees. That's obviously important. We want to make sure that we've got plenty of logs available. This reservoir here feeds both the farm, or both sections of the farm, I should say, at least by and large. This one over here feeds this section of the farm. And then we also have this pump, which keeps the spatterdock underwater slightly because they need to stay underwater. And then we've also got this larger reservoir, which feeds these trees over here, for which we make the maple syrup and the pine resin. Maple syrup, believe it or not, is absolutely critical in making a catalyst. Catalyst is important for making, I mean, well, all sorts of stuff. But in this particular case, we're looking at, we're primarily looking at the robots. The robots need a catalyst for certain things. So that the bot chassis requires, oh no, that's bio. I don't remember what it is that requires a catalyst. Oh, that's right. It's just the robots themselves need a catalyst. That's what it is. So see, they get a boost when they have catalyst. Like, and so for this one we'll do. So see, for this biofuel you get 25 biofuel versus potatoes. Wait, potatoes give 30? What? Yeah, see, carrots give 5. Carrots are garbage. But before, it was... That doesn't make sense. Well, it doesn't really matter now because I have no potatoes available, so... Or, whatever. Oh, see, look, this guy's low on fuel. Poor little fella. He needs more biofuel! Go, little guy, go! Keep in mind, this is at like 10x speed right now. This is 1x speed. Look at how slow he is. Oh, little bot! Go, little bot! Versus like that guy. Wee! Zoom, zoom, zoom! And this guy. Homie is constantly in slow motion. Oh, so the drought has started and it's going to last for more than 8 days, which is fun. So a couple of things that we're going to do. We're going to close up our floodgates here and over here as well. Oh, I guess I closed those floodgates a little bit too. So now what's likely to happen is this is all going to start to dry out and those will die. You know what that means? We need to have... see, and this little part right here is still dry. It's really hard to keep the whole thing good, okay? And see, look, like this little bit of potatoes, those are gonna die. Like, I'm sorry, okay? I'm doing the best I can. Stupid potatoes and you stupid trees. But incidentally, what we need now over here is dynamite. Whoops, you don't want to do that. So what this enables us to do is we'll be able to create a kind of miniature reservoir for this little section. And in doing so, be able to keep things a little bit better. See, there goes the drying up. And so see, now all of these are dried up. Luckily, they're not going to die ahead of the next thing happening, or ahead of the drought ending. But it still sucks. So now the question is, what wonder should we work towards? Because we've got 23,000 science available, so we can do the Earth Recultivator, which sounds very impressive. We can do the Fountain of Joy, the Brazier of Bonding, or the Farmer Monument. We can do any one of these. Now, these have different levels of capability and possibilities of what they do and how they do it and everything. But incidentally, here we go. Look, even with the windmills going, it's still only 1,700. Folktales suck, you guys. Earth Recultivator. So see, we even have a special little space here that I reserved for this. All right, here we go. Now, it's going to take us approximately 1 bajillion years to do this. Just FYI. So you notice we need literally thousands of everything. Still don't have our dirt excavator complete. And we still don't have our last windmill complete. Because it needs paper. Of course, it needs paper. That's what it's missing. Paper. God, folktales suck. They're the worst. Seriously, I do not know what to do about their power issues. The only thing that I can maybe think of is continually dumping water into like this area so that you get a little bit of flow and it allows the water wheels to turn. But even then, it would be like barely any. I don't get it. I really don't. The whole thing is just a mess. Well, the important thing is that all of my water wheels here are done. So now, what we need to do is figure this out. So we gotta get all of these power connections linked up. And do it on a path. So the T here. Here as well. Those two. And then should be able to correctly. Need to do it smart. This. Now, I will admit, I have not really played very much as the Iron Teeth. I'm guessing that they're not nearly as much as a biatch and a half to play as, though. Okay, so that'll link all of those together. Now these guys. This is going to be a little bit tougher. What we need is to dynamite these. That's 2. So the reason I'm doing this is so that there's enough space for all of the beavers to walk and be able to get to these things. Oh, the population control. Okay. That makes sense. And see, this is the thing I worry about, is that I may need to prioritize these guys to make sure that they actually get built. The one nice thing is that it's pretty much all logs. Okay, so here's what we do now. And you know what sucks? Is I'm sitting here, I'm building out, what, like 9 of these new things? 9 of these new power shafts? It's not going to make enough of a difference. It really won't. Because I think, like, the maximum output that these things have is like 100 or something. Or no, like 150, maybe. My point is, it's not much. Okay, so here is a dilemma. Can I build these? Okay. So the issue that I'm running into, or that I'm going to run into, is that oh wait, no, we can make this work. We can do this. We got this. So you'll see what we got going on. So then we do another T. And then we need to do an upward. And then we can do a straight up. And then we can do a 1Z. And then we can do down Z. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. We'll do an upward here. And then straight here. One thing that I was tremendously embarrassed by was when I first assembled my massive wind farm that I've got over there. This thing right here, I did not connect it correctly over here to the gravity batteries. I did like this whole section incorrectly, and so I was like, why are my gravity batteries working? And I thought I was just so awesome and so smart, because you know it just meant that my design was so amazing that I had way more power than I could ever possibly need. So I don't need no stupid gravity batteries. But no, I was just dumb. So right now, I just want to make sure that I can prioritize these critical pieces so that I can get these connections in place. Not necessarily ahead of the drought end, but it would be nice to have it ahead of the drought. Especially since I got my robots working. And my wonder is important, don't get me wrong. Oh, wait, hang on. I just figured this out. I just learned about this. How awesome is that? Instead of having to just individually click on every single fucking thing. To that end, boop. High priority. Hey, look at that! We are still 0% there. Now the problem is I don't know that there's a very good way to determine what the full structure is, but we're going to try. So as long as all of these guys get connected, we should be good though. Ugh. So, Rev, it's funny you mention that because we do have the power wheel here. The problem is that it is one beaver. It has to be actual beaver only. So you can't have artificial beavers, you can't have robots. And it only produces 50 HP. It's just... why? And see, like the water wheels each at maximum production are 135. I have a power demand of over 5,000. Not to mention when this guy comes online, whenever that is. It's an embarrassment. I mean, like, let's think about this, right? 135 into 5,000, right? Okay, good. I thought that was drained. I was like, no! Okay, let's blow this up because that's satisfying. That's the thing, though, is that the power wheels are just... I don't know. I guess it's a difficult balancing act, especially with the way that I've designed the stuff here. It's a bit of an embarrassment, I admit. So, yeah, I did not do this very smartly. Okay, so see, these guys are officially connected to the power infrastructure. Okay, anyway, let's go back. 135 into 5,000. So if we do 10 of them will get us 1,300. So that means that we need, but that's 13, 26, 39, and then 52. So we need a total of 40. 40 water wheels to get this done. I do not have 40 water wheels. I've got 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 3, 26, 29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 35, 36, 37. Surprisingly close, but no. But the problem with the water wheels, the folktales, is that those water wheels need water. They don't have water. They don't work. I know. It's shocking. But it's true. It's ridiculous. So here we'll add a power wheel behind my little thing here. So it's interesting because you can't have robots perform the getting of science. So like they've got the planetariums and the science machines, and you also cannot have the robots perform power generation, like manual power generation. They can't do. Those are the major limitations that they have. Anything else they can do though. Okay, and see, like, my whole farm here is dried out. And that, I don't know why. I think... Ah, shoot! I did it again. I left the pumps on. That's my bad. I've done that many times before. So, these pumps are able to reach to the bottom of this little ravine, quote-unquote. The problem is that water staying there is what keeps these plants, or these crops, watered during droughts. I have another one that's very similar right here. It's kind of tough to see, but that's what keeps the rest of this farm and this area of the farm fertile. But no, I had to make space for all my stupid water wheels. And I think the other major problem that I have here is I've got one enormous power infrastructure, and because I have a single giant power infrastructure, it means that it makes it much more difficult for me to add on stuff to different locations. So like over here, I couldn't have water wheels right now, but I could add water wheels over here in this general vicinity because there'd still be water flow. The problem is it would be a biatch and a half to get the water over to my actual water structure or my power structure. I say power structure like it's something so dramatic. It's really not. And that's why it was the same thing with the gravity batteries. So I was going to put a bunch of gravity batteries up here, but then I was thinking, how on earth am I going to connect them? Because they need to be connected to the power grid, and I don't have a really easy way to do it, fortunately. Because you can't build over buildings. You can build on top of some buildings, like we've got here, but you can't build over buildings that disallow it, or whatever it is. The best you can do is build over paths. So like theoretically, we may be able to take a bunch of gravity batteries and pipe them around here, drop them down, and link them up here to this guy. Or we could link them up over here. We could just climb them across here and do that. But again, it's just, it's a stopgap at best. It's nothing. Unfortunately. The good news is that it seems like all of these water wheels are now linked up. And it looks like they're functioning correctly. Which means that I built it right. So go me. And my reservoirs all last out, as long as I'm not pumping all the water out of them. Oh, some idiots would do that. I don't know who though. Dummies. And now the other problem is that I don't have adequate population. So you notice I got 7 babies I've got 4 jobs available, but 5 jobs that are designated for robots. Now, for some reason, I'm still making explosives. I don't need explosives really badly at this point. So, hang on 1 second. I always forget to do this. We need to reopen the floodgates. So for anybody wondering, these little guys, these sluice, those are for when the bad water comes. It's contaminated water, it's nasty, it's ugly, it's gross. The water physics in this game are actually really impressive. What ends up happening with the bad water is it will come down here and it'll get stopped by these two. So it won't flow any further and it won't contaminate any of the soil. The problem is it gets stuck in that little crevice. And so what I had to do is I had to build a little piece that goes around it right here, so that way I can get more flow where it needs to be. And so once the contamination goes away and once it flows out downriver, then I'd be able to open these guys up, and I would have to open them manually so that they can start doing what needs to be done, and then it would flush all of the bad water out. But you can see everything's going in, it's refilling all the stuff. Gradually this is going to fill up and we're going to start seeing the metaphorical and the literal wheels turning again. It's a beautiful thing, nature. There they go. And there they go. Starting up. Alright, who's ready to see how much energy production we've got? I mean, we got the windmills going, but still. 65, 67, 68, 9, 70, 7,000. 6,000, 7,000. I just added on like a dozen of these stupid water wheels. And, oh wait! The windmills are, well, they're very slow. It seems like I may have enough water wheels to power my whole infrastructure. As long as we have water. Functional moving water. Which we really don't have a lot. So a couple other little things that I found. This is the main big thing that I found is a mine. And so with this mine, I'm able to constantly collect scrap metal. Scrap metal being very helpful because we need it to make the metal blocks, which is used to make a bunch of different construction items of various sorts. Let me crank up the necessity here. This guy needs treated planks. I think I've only got 2 treated plank things, unfortunately. See, now we need water. I've got to do it. I have to build more housing. I don't have a choice. I need more. And I hate the fact that I need more, but I do. Bunch of bullcrap. Gotta make sure we're in OSHA compliance. So one of the issues that you run into with this is there's very specific things that you have to do in terms of how you enable your your little fellers move. Gotta go this way. No, it won't work. God, son of a... So the problem that we're running into is that stairs are unidirectional. And because stairs are unidirectional in this game, it means that you need to have a run up of 2 in order for anything to work right. What I am doing here is exceedingly inefficient, but this is why I'm not an urban planner. But it's also, unfortunately, what will make things function for my needs. Because again, I've got a bunch of empty workplaces and I got no beavers to fill them. Beavers. God, look at that. See, 4,100. All of these stupid water wheels. 4,100. Do we really need bread? Like wheat flour? I feel like we got a lot of wheat flour. We can pause the grist mills. Bakeries don't need it. Punch cards. How many punch cards do we have? I mean, we got a lot of books. I don't think that my population needs to be reading so much. So quit with the reading. This is absolutely insane. Just so much. Got tons of explosives. I've got plenty of bad water. Planks are really cranking, which is awesome. You know what that means, though? If planks are cranking, I need to be able to convert those planks into I wish you could do a larger delete. So see, this is one of the things that I like to think comes from my chemistry background, right? What I'm looking at here is the concept of a limiting reagent, right? Something is not as abundant as it needs to be. For example, here, these guys need treated planks. Over here, my wonder needs treated planks. And so that means that I need more treated planks. Well, I've got a bunch of planks being made, but I don't have nearly enough capacity to make the treated planks. So, what is a Danny to do? We need to make more treated planks. But in order to do that, we need to get more treated plank places. And more importantly, we need to get them occupied. So wood. 250. Hang on, let me put this. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to do another wacky one of my power connections via these guys. And you know what? My power infrastructure may be ugly, but it works, god dang it. Mostly, sort of, kind of. As long as we don't get inspected. Also, fun fact for anybody who doesn't know, right now, right this second, massive Steam sale going on. Very dangerous. Go do it. Buy all the things. It's amazing. Stupid water wheel pieces of crap. Garbage. And look at this. Barely getting any logs. Work, you stupid robots! Please tell me those are marked for cutting. Okay, good. I was about to say, if those aren't marked for cutting, I'm gonna smack a mofo. And that mofo's name is Danny. Because he is a fool. Hey, we've got robots who are out of work. Get out of there. Get out of there. We need robots who know how to work. We need robots working 24/7. Because robots. Hey, look, it's Mathewin. It is almost call time, that is true. But look, Mathewin, we're building a wonder. It's the Earth Recultivator, and it's at 1%! Huzzah! I don't think we need explosives. Just trying to find stuff that we can not need. We definitely need to be making the metal. We don't need extracts, so these we can both undo. Bot heads we could definitely use more of. So we'll do that. Because we've got limbs, we've got some chassis. Is our assembly all robots? We got robots making robots. We're going full Terminator Beaver on this. I don't know if you all were aware that's a thing, but it is. Alright, cool. Now the problem is going to come when these things come online, because we're going to need a lot more treated planks. The good news is that we've got decent plank production going, which is great. We've got, oh shoot, we've got no biofuel. Okay, we've got some biofuel. Got a lot of potatoes. So let's switch this one over to potatoes. Because for whatever reason, potatoes have more biofuel potential than spatterdock. Which, okay, I guess, whatever. Wait a minute. Is that supposed to be flooded? This looks flooded. Right? Doesn't that look flooded? It's flooded! How is that flooded? Is it because I left the floodgate open? Shh! Nobody tell the beavers. Flooded their house. They don't know any better. Alright. We'll play through one more day. See how we're picking up steam here. So, okay, gears, we've got 5 gear production facilities, all being run by robots. So those are going 24/7. We've got metalworking, one of which is being done by robots. But this robot needs a job, so we'll hand that over. Okay. We've got planks. Planks are coming along nicely. Treated planks. We need the power. Oh, right. Hang on. We need to do these guys. Wait! Ah. Okay. So hopefully by the end of this day, we'll be able to have these new structures up and running. I think we've got all the materials readily available. Should be good. Got maple syrup so that we can make catalyst. We've got a decent amount of biofuel. We've got extract. We've got bad water in case we need it. We've got plenty of explosives in case we need to do some redecorating. I'm not sure what's using paper still. But whatever. Need gears. We get gears. Should be able to get gears. Prioritized here. Or does these require gears? God, son of a... Okay. To actually power up the things that need power. So that get moving on the stupid treated planks. Got dot matrix printer punch cards that are working to assist the stupid beavers and stupid robots so that they can do their stupid robot things. Because apparently robot beavers run off of dot matrix printers now. Why? Come on. Come on. A little more. Okay, we connected that all correctly there. There we go. Okay, cool. Got it. We'll run that with the bot. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be it for me. Now I'm excited. We've remade this. We went from the bus station to my place, so we did make that move. But we are building out our wonder, and we are 2% towards building our wonder, which is better than I can say for really any other time. Literally never built a wonder in this game. But that said, I will leave you with this piece of sage advice. The folktales suck. Do not play folktales. Stick to Iron Teeth because they're actually good. FYI. So, that said, thank you all so much for being here. I hope that you all had an excellent week, a wonderful holiday for those of you in the US. I know that it has been very nice for me. I've been able to do a good amount of relaxing. We went out and purchased an enormous, ridiculous Yule tree, which was very exciting and barely fit in the door. So that was fun. And that is to say the garage door, not to mention the house door. I almost had to get a crane to drop the thing in, but that's beside the point. But yeah, it's awesome. And also, there's snow on the ground now. So it's pretty fun. It's pretty awesome. I'm stoked and excited. That said, I hope that you're all having a good time. Have a good rest of the weekend. I personally am going to probably collapse into a little blob after I take care of the bunny, because the bunny needs taken care of. But thank you so much, as always, for stopping by. Next week, I should be here. There's not anything that I'm aware of that's going to be getting in the way. But with that, yeah, have fun and go be your best beaver selves, and go take a look at the Steam fall sale, because it's a very dangerous place that will steal all of your money. So, don't buy anything unless you really need it, like all of Final Fantasy. Not that anybody needs that. Before I incriminate myself further, I'm going to sign off and say thank you so much again. Take care, and bye-bye.